Eatonville Times, and my name is Paige.
And my name is Elise, and we've got some breaking news for y'all.
Eatonville has got its first mayor. We got some footage of Mr. Joe Starks and his new wife, Janie Starks, coming to town.
We sent Paige over to Eatonville to ask the town's mayor about some questions. Paige?
I'm here with our new mayor, Mr. Joe Starks, or shall I say Mayor Joe Starks. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing mighty fine, ma'am.
What inspired you to buy so much land here in Eatonville?
Well, it was one of the first colored towns founded, but I was a little sad when I realized that it was only about 60 acres when I got here.
What you plan on doing with all this land here that you bought, Mr. Starks?
Well, I plan on buying me some houses, some stores, and a brand new post office.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Back to you.
She also asked Mrs. Mayor Starks about how she feels about her husband being mayor.
How do you feel about your husband being the new mayor of Eatonville?
Well, I feel as though...
That's all the time we have right now for these interviews. Back to you guys at the desk. Breaking news. The mayor, Mr. Mayor Joe Starks, and his wife, Mrs. Mayor Joe Starks, just got into a scuffle outside their store for the whole town to see. We got some footage for y'all.
You can't do nothing right. Move out the way, you old hag.
It was just a little water. Why are you getting a fuss with me?
I'm the mayor this time. You think you can talk to me like that?
I am talking to you, Mr. Starks. The only thing big on you is your voice.
We asked the mayor why he beat his wife like an animal in public, and here's what he had to say.
I beat my wife because women and cows are the same. They both need to be put in that place.
Janie, how do you feel about your husband's public displays of domestic violence?
Well, I don't have no feelings. Phoebe, how do you feel about your best friend Janie being beat in public by Mr. Jody Starks?
Well, I reckon they just got everything they ever wanted. Little beating don't mean nothing.
Breaking news. Paige and I are here to report that we have just found out that Mayor Jody Starks has passed.
We were able to get some footage of him and his wife in his last days.
Janie, what are you doing here?
I've been silent for 20 years of marriage. Now I have something to say.
You got no sympathy for me. Do you see me?
Sympathy? I've got a heap of sympathy for you. You've never let me use it.
Well, blame everything on me, why don't you?
Jody, I'm not trying to blame everything on you. Maybe I wasn't as good a wife as I should have been, but we was married for 20 years. And you don't know me half at all.
How do you feel about dying, Mr. Starks?
Everybody, my husband is dead. The memorial service for Mayor Jody Starks was extremely beautiful and sad. Here's some footage of Mrs. Mayor Joe Starks and her best friend Phoebe at the memorial service.
It has now been 2 weeks since Mr. Mayor Starks' death. We asked Mrs. Mayor Starks, Janie Starks, how she's been getting along since her husband passed. Mrs. Mayor Joe Starks, how do you feel now that your husband's dead?
Well, I feel free.
Don't you think folks is gonna think you not sorry that your husband done passed away?
I don't care what they think. I think the grief shouldn't last a second longer than the mourning do. Breaking news. Rumors suggest that Janie is being courted by a young fellow 12 years younger than her by the name of Virgil Woods, also known as Tea Cake.
Ain't you courting Mrs. Mayor Starks?
We is happy and we finna get married.
Isn't she 12 years older than you? That's not a concern of yours?
Age don't matter. She got the key to my kingdom.
Breaking news. Apparently, Mrs. Maya Starks was seen leaving town in pastel colors, going off to get married to Mr. Tea Cake. Let's not forget this will be her third marriage, folks. Let's see how this one goes. Again, we have breaking news about Mrs. Maya Starks.
She was seen coming into town without wearing any shoes, raggedy jean overalls, and she was without tea cake.
Rumor around town has it that her and Tea Cake ran off and he took all her money and went with some younger gal. We asked Mrs. Starks how she feels about these rumors, but she refused to address us. Janie, what is your response to all the porch sitters who say that Tea Cake took your money and ran off with some younger girl? What do you think happened to Mrs. Maya Starks? Why would she come back in town with no shoes on and some jeans on? And where is her husband, Tea Cake?
To be honest, I don't even know. Where I'm from, we don't do that around here. Janie, she a strange gal. I think little Tea Cake, whatever his name is, done took her money and ran off and found a younger gal.
Phoebe, you're Janie's best friend. Why don't you tell us and the rest of the folk of Eatonville what's going on between her and Tea Cake? I know she told you something.
Thank you. Y'all ain't got no business intruding in Janie's personal life like this. Her and Tea Cake had her a real love, and she told me to tell y'all that he ain't touched a dime of her money. Now, instead of worrying about what other folks is doing with their marriages, how about y'all to get y'all own? Thank you. Last breaking news about Mrs. Maya Starks, otherwise known as Janie, her maiden name. Even though we don't know what went down between her and Tea Cake, she seems to be at peace. Our cameras caught her laying in the field, and we asked her what was on her mind. Janie, what are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
My eyes are watching God.